Trump won the popular vote, and regular people have the confidence to say, enough, we are not the minority anymore. And so what's happening now is, in the wake of Charlie Kirk's killing, in the wake of a terror attack on ABC, and now this morning's terror attack, I mean, the dam is breaking. The right is saying, Trump, get the feds, get law enforcement. If this doesn't stop here, it will only get worse.
They were doing it the other day with the lady who got in the face of the ICE officer, right? And they were like, look at what this guy did to this poor woman, except for the fact was, when you look at the whole video, she got in his face, they removed her, she came back, got into his face again, and went back again. They understand that they will be able to clip that video, portray that guy who works for ICE a specific way, and it doesn't matter if what their followers believe is true, if it is not actually true. If you're acting in good faith, if you are doing the right thing, it doesn't matter if what they are showing you is bent and wrong and manipulated. What matters is that you acted in good faith, you did the right thing, and the whole video is there for people to find, but they have to be willing to go out and find that video. They have to be willing to seek the truth of the matter. If you're talking about people who aren't looking to seek the truth of the matter, especially in politics, it's a lost cause, because most people aren't. Most people are going out there, they're looking for videos and narratives that reinforce their view of the world. You cannot act as if everything you're doing is to try and change their mind. You can't change their mind.
Tim,
you simply have to act properly.
There's something you said. This is the function of government. The prime reason that we have government is so that we, normal people, don't have to try to create order for ourselves. We give that right to the government, and it needs to create order, and it needs to create safety. And it has to be real order and real safety, and then laws can follow from that. But we have nothing. Laws mean nothing without actual order and safety.
This is order for ourselves.
That's what I mean. I mean, we're using the government. We're not doing it. We're not taking our own guns and going out and starting this.
Here's the principal philosophical challenge that we face as a nation, is that we are good people. And that's a fact.
Yeah.
You look around the world. What we as a nation have said, going back to our founding fathers, and even before then, is to be fair to everyone, we will write down what we expect of you and give you a chance to review this. And even in the instance you infringe upon the rules we have agreed to create, we will still give you a chance. We have given every opportunity to the antagonists of our way of life. And so the issue now is laws don't matter. We talked about this last night on the members-only portion of the show, so join our Discord server at timcast.com, where someone said they were libertarian and they think we should get rid of the Civil Rights Act. And I said, it literally doesn't matter if we do or do not have the Civil Rights Act. The Civil Rights Act was created because our country was bifurcated. And so they said, we're voting. They voted. Okay, here are the rules. Many in southern states still didn't want to comply with it. National Guard got called in and said, you will comply. And they used force. In a society where everyone agrees, you need not any laws. You don't need any. Imagine if every single person was identical in their worldview and belief, there'd be no theft. There'd be no murder. And there would be no need for police because nobody would aggrieve upon somebody else. Maybe courts, because sometimes people disagree and they have arguments. And so you need civil matters. But we don't live in that society. And so the problem right now is, as we talk about the laws we want enforced, the people of the United States need to recognize we are not in this, as the Democrats called it, war with Americans. We are a constitutional republic of the United States in a conflict with a multicultural democracy of the United States. And that's a quote, I'm paraphrasing Stephen Marsh, who is a more liberal person from Canada. He said, there are two nations occupying the borders of the U.S., constitutional republic and multicultural democracy. And he said he was for the multicultural democracy. And I said, fair point. I'm for the constitutional republic, in which case you can now recognize the distinction in this conflict. The multicultural democracy doesn't care what our laws are. We are a separate entity. That's why they simultaneously argued that Charlie Kirk should have been jailed for his speech and Jimmy Kimmel is a martyr for free speech. What they're really saying is, you are not us. So I just went on Jesse Waters' show and he played all of these clips about ICE agents, masked thugs, kidnapping people. Gavin Newsom going on, was on Colbert the other day, saying masked men jumping out, disappearing people, members of our community. And I said, illegal immigrants aren't members of our community, but you see the distinction. When we vote in this country, our Congress, our courts, our laws, our representatives, they all agree to the terms that we have drafted. And that is, illegal immigration is a crime for which you can be deported. The multicultural democracy of this country, Zoran Mamdani, a good example running for office, says we must protect our people from ICE.
Right.
What does that mean? I beg of people to understand this philosophical and functional distinction. When I say something like, I'm a guitar player, you're a piano player. When I say guitar players come together and destroy the piano players, why would you ever think I was including you as a guitar player? There's a clear distinction as to who we each are, and we are different. So when Zoran Mamdani says our people must be protected, he is telling you, the American voter, you are outside of his community. Your votes are meaningless to him. Your whims, your wills, your laws, meaningless to him. When you elect Donald Trump and he wins the popular vote and you say, please, Mr. President, illegal immigration is a very large concern for the American people. Zoran Mamdani looks your way and says to you, you are not one of us and we will do everything we can to stop you.
And
This is the distinction.
to your point, that's the distinction they're making when they say our democracy.
Right.
They're not talking about the United States. They're talking about the Democrats and people that align with them, because they've already made the distinction by saying they are fascists. They are trying to destroy our democracy.
Right.
The people that they point at and claim are fascists, those people are not part of their democracy.
I want to say one quick thing before we jump to the next story. I just want to help people as best as I can, give you the context clues. They burn the American flag.
Right.
They fly a unique flag called the Progress Pride flag. They say our democracy. They say you are a threat to our democracy. They say we are at war with you. I did not ask for this. I begged for it to stop every step of the way. They lie. They say that I'm far right. They say Ian is far right. He's Moon Lord. It's because we exist outside of their community. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't blame them, but they are a chaotic force that has grown within the United States that seeks to upend and defy the United States. They mock our history. They destroy our statues. They rename our military bases and our streets. They have tried to kill the president. They have killed our most prominent political leader, young leader, in Charlie Kirk. They shot up a news station because they took their high priest off the air. I don't understand what else people need to hear to understand we are not talking about roommates in a single house. You are not having a disagreement with your brother anymore. And I hate to say this because people are going to say it's accelerationist, whatever, but there's a reality here. There is someone outside of your home banging on the door. They are saying, I can do what I want to you. And the question is, are you going to open the door and let them, or are you going to ask the police through lawful means, please make this person stop? That's where we are at right now. This multicultural democracy seeks to upend and destroy. We have called the police, Donald Trump, and said, please start arresting these people. And guess what? Surprise, surprise. The criminals often shoot back.
Yeah. I just want to, for you young guys, who here remembers when Clinton was inaugurated?
I do.
Okay.
Vaguely.
I'm 50, so
I remember watching this in horror, not because he was inaugurated. It was like, okay, here's our new president. There was an actor who I forget his name, but he was watching the celebration and the jets flew over, the Blue Angels flew over. And this guy was interviewed and he goes, I looked up in the sky and I saw those military planes and I thought, those are our planes now.
Yep.
And there it is. It's like, no, dude, these were always our planes, our military, our police. This is what we're together. When her husband was nominated or elected, I forget which one it was.
What?
It's like this use of our country is excluding half of it.
And it's the basis of communism is we are all in this together until you get it, and then one guy's on the top. That's
let me
the
just-
same age-old crap.
Let me ask you guys, also remembering the Iraq War, for instance, or even the more modern conflicts we've seen against ISIS. How often do we in this country publicly, high profile among all of our political pundits and politicians, lament the extrajudicial killings of people in a foreign land? Abdurrahman al-Awlaki, who I love to bring up, was murdered by Barack Obama. With drones, his administration claimed that they were targeting someone else. It was an accident that they blew up a civilian restaurant in a country we are not at war with, killing a 16-year-old American citizen. No one at the highest level of government, politics, media at the time cared at all that a child was murdered by our president. Why is that?
Because it was legal.
Because it was our president.
It was legal.
Because it was us who did it.
And it was legal.
And that's not the issue.
They don't care that it was legal. They care that Obama did it.
Patriot Act.
No, guys.
It legal, man.
The reason why in this example and why in so many others, those are factors for sure. The reason is the United States was not aggrieved by this. We, the United States, can bomb and blow up whoever we want, and the bulk of our country will not flinch about it.
Those Venezuelan boats, 3 of them.
Now the Democrats are complaining about that because Trump is doing it, and that explains the difference that we're facing. It is not us anymore, and that's exactly the point. So I appreciate you bring that up. When Barack Obama blows up somebody, this country largely just went, I mean, the debate was over the legality of the killing of Soleimani in terms of will it start a war, not was someone murdered without due process. No one in this country, and I don't mean literally no one, obviously the libertarians, the anti-war groups, they care about this. At the highest levels of politics, personality, TV, and government, they don't say, what about a criminal trial for that ISIS terrorist we just bombed? Because they are not us.
Right.
Understand that perspective. Now imagine you are an external force trying to destroy America. Apply that to how Democrats have been behaving with the assassination of Charlie Kirk, cheering it on, and you will understand that same feeling. It's either indifference or celebration. And you take a look at how the United States dealt with war over the past 20 years. And for most people, the bombings in Afghanistan, Iraq, or otherwise were indifference or celebration. The killing of Saddam Hussein among Americans, largely indifference. Then, after that, celebration. Take a look at what Democrats did with Charlie Kirk. At first, celebration. Largely indifference after that, saying, well, look, I know it's wrong, but, he deserved it for this reason. Only when pressed and facing a real threat are they trying to put on a PR face. Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.